Okay, it was an absolutely beautiful day today outside, so I thought it'd be a great place to sit and talk to you about this Kumi GW3 Pro smartwatch. Now this smartwatch, first off, and I think I'm going to say most importantly, looks like it is beautiful. But I haven't seen it yet. I'm opening it for the very first time. I do need to tell you this was provided to me to do this review, but with absolutely no instructions. They're just like, we think we made a cool watch. Check it out, let the people know. And oh boy, this thing does look cool. So this does look really cool. So a couple things. One of the things that I really like about it is, even before I've tested it, is I love the size. This is a 1.3 inch face, nice and large. I mean, if you compare it to my Fitbit here, you can see the difference in size. How crazy is that? It is an AMOLED screen, so it should have amazing clarity as well as durability. Full metal body, so it should be nice and durable, and it also has that great solid feel to you on your hand. Has all of those great functions you wanted, right? There's like 100 sports that it knows. It has Bluetooth 5.0. You can listen to your music while you're walking. It is IP68 waterproof, which means you could get it sweaty, you could go running in the rain. Don't go swimming in the pool behind me, but under 99% of most conditions, that's really the level of waterproof that you want to have. Other things that you would really want to know is it has this dial, this cool dial, which you can use to change the functions on it. I think that's neat, and obviously, like most of these smartwatches, you could download all kinds of cool different faces, customize it, all that kind of stuff. So there's only one thing left to do. I'm going to go spend about a week with 2 smartwatches on my wrist and do some walking, do some exercising, and come back and let you know how this Kumi GW3 Pro compares to my Fitbit. All right, I'll see you in about a week. Okay, I've been wearing my Kumi GW3 Pro for about a week now and comparing it against my Fitbit, and I think the best way to present this to you is they talk about 8 features that they really like and want to promote on these things. I thought I'd kind of go through those and talk to you about them and see what my spin on that was. Okay, so number 1, this 1.32 inch AMOLED screen is absolutely phenomenal. I actually, you can see this is kind of like a basic looking watch face. I went through a bunch of the whole different funky watch faces, and it's so big and it's so cool looking. I went with that basic. It kind of almost looks like a really fancy Breitling. I really did like the watch faces that were available. I played with a bunch of them, and I kind of came back to this traditional looking, because it is just a cool traditional looking watch. That kind of wrapped together number 2 were the different options for watch faces. Obviously, you can download a bunch of them. You could pick what works for you. I like this traditional style. There were some cool ones with colors, so you could tell how much exercise you've done, how far you've walked, your heart rate, all that kind of fun stuff. Okay, another cool feature is this rotary operation. You can see it is cool, and it just feels so real, like a real watch. Another feature that they talk about, and I think it's worth speaking about, is that it is aluminum construction. I mean, it feels like a real solid watch, not a plastic cheap thing. It feels like a legit watch. A couple of the tech features you should know. The calling worked really well. I was able to pair it with my phone. Their app is actually really nice and easy to work with. I did find a couple places where it would kind of revert back to Chinese, but you're fine. You know, it's not a big deal. And I'm sure as they update it more, the Chinese will disappear and there'll be more English, but it is 99% English. The heart rate monitoring was pretty darn good, almost on par with both the Fitbit, and I checked it against my real heart rate monitor just to see what it would be, and it was really right in the ballpark and perfectly good for exercising and knowing which cardiac zone you were in. Overall, those functions were really good. It comes with built-in, I think there are 200 sports built into it. I don't know, there are a ton of sports. I got this cool crazy face going now because I spun the dial. In any case, I believe there are 200 sports built into it. I just used it for walking. That's what I kind of do for exercise, and I wanted to compare it against my Fitbit. And the steps were off a little bit, but not far enough that would make a difference. Like, you definitely knew if you'd gone far enough or hadn't gone far enough. It was really appropriately accurate. And finally, obviously, maybe not so obviously, it is IP68 waterproof, which means don't swim with it, but it is fine to go for those walks in the rain, get yourself nice and sweaty. All that kind of stuff is just fine with this waterproof level of protection. Oh, and one other thing I really want to tell you about, it is super comfortable. It is a really nice, comfortable watch to wear, which sometimes bigger watches and it is that alloy housing, I was thinking it might not be so comfortable, but it is absolutely comfortable. The band is easy to work with and comfortable. I don't know if you could see, I am not huge, but I'm not little either, and I have plenty of slack there. So you could probably be huge and wear this comfortably. I found on some other watches, the straps were a little small. These seem to be perfect for me. Overall, I'm gonna give this an absolute 5 out of 5 on the Doug score, mostly for its looks and the cool watch faces and the functionality of this rotary button. Love that. In any case, I hope this was helpful. We'll see you next time.